The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
The producer is the boss, Dale Cooper, today. Guarantee Bank Hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-500. We're in the Jared Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jared-construction.com. Phone calls to the show, a service of Guarantee Bank. Coming soon to 1320 Kanawha Boulevard East in Charleston. Texting services provided by West Virginia's finest men's store, Tony the Taylor, on Virginia Street in Charleston. The Allen Edmonds anniversary sale starts this Friday, and Tony does want to remind you he'll be closed Saturday for Easter, reopening on Monday. For more, check out bestmastertaylor.com or Tony's Facebook page. Welcome to the show, Tuesday edition of the show. Going to be a warm one today. Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes tells us the high in the mid-80s today. It's going to be quite breezy as well. Just a good day to take off work. All right, just tell them Dave said it was okay. It's going to get cloudy tonight, and then some rain and thunderstorms likely tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80. Follow Metro News meteorologist Brian Hughes on air and online. Coming up, I'm going to interview two of our own. Rob Reel from our sister station, 96.1 KWS, is going to join me a little bit later. Remember last year, Rob went on the road searching for the region's best burgers. Well, now he's doing the same thing with wings, and that's the thing he's calling Winging It. Rob's going to join us to talk about that. Plus, we're going to introduce you to a new voice here at the Radio Ranch. You'll be hearing him on WCHS and the Metro News Radio Network. I actually heard him on my drive-in this morning. His name is Jack Carlson. He's the newest member of our team here. Brian Hughes doesn't get the title of the new guy anymore, so we're going to introduce you to Jack coming up. Plus, your calls and texts are always welcome. Guarantee Bank Hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-500. I do want to say this. I originally, and you heard the promos, had former Delegate Rick Staten scheduled to be on the show this morning, and he had to postpone. He had a little accident. Now, he's going to be fine. He's recovering from a fall, from what I understand. So if you know Rick, reach out and wish him well. We'll try to get him rescheduled on the show at some point in the future. Welcome in now to the Jared Construction Studios, Charleston City Councilman from the 20th Ward, Chad Robinson. How you doing, my friend?
Good morning, Dave.
So,
you always said it was going to be 75 eventually.
Sunny and 75 is what I said eventually, and so where are we now? We're not sunny, and we're 66 right now.
Close.
So we're getting close. So I let the cat out of the bag there that you were a last minute ad.
That's okay.
Well, no, there's a lot of news I want to get to with you, but I had scheduled to have Rick Staten on the show today. I don't know whether you know Rick or not. He's a longtime public servant, and I always like to interview these former legislators, whether they're Republican or Democrat, just to see what they think about things now. So I'd reached out to Rick over the weekend, and actually a couple weeks ago, and he had a little fall at home, and he's doing okay, but he's just resting up a little bit. So here you are.
I hear. Yeah,
There's a lot of news though. What
were
you going to say about Rick? I'm sorry, I interrupted.
Rick's going long-term majority leader in the House, so he knows the ins and outs of the Capitol.
Yeah, we'll get him back on again real soon. All right, so there's a lot of news, I think, coming out of your district. You serve Ward 20. Explain what that district is.
Ward 20 is from Lower Donnelly all the way to South Ruffner, and I come across at the hospital and take in the hospital and towards University of Charleston. I stay mostly on the railroad side of the hill in Kanawha City.
All right, so it's, I guess, one of the worst-kept secrets out there, and it started making news. I mean, there would have been rumblings about it, about what's going to happen to the Kmart property over there. That's
correct. It's from a social media post yesterday. Fire took off, and here we are. We Metro News and other stations, and but it's probably one of the worst-kept secrets in Kanawha City for businesses. What we do know is that Kmart, we're talking about the Kmart building on the east end of Kanawha City, and that it's been vacant for probably 10 years or more. and there's a lot of rumors going back and forth for several years of who bought it and what they're going to put there. But just recently there was a online auction, and the company who owned the Kmart building sold the building online to the GoMart Corporation, a West Virginia-based company, to put a new travel plaza in.
Okay.
We had been hearing all the rumors about Rural King and everything else, and that none of those came to fruition. We started hearing about the GoMart possibility several months ago, and I think probably it's been a couple months ago that auction took place, and they purchased. I do know there's some other local businesses that tried to purchase, and they were outbid by GoMart.
Okay, so it's going to be like a GoMart travel plaza. That's the plan. I mean, like a big facility here.
That's what I understand. We have not seen plans. Mm-hmm. They are planning to close the current location, which is outdated and has a lot of issues with vagrants and people walking the lots. So we will get rid of one eyesore and hopefully build a state-of-the-art facility that will attract travelers coming off the turnpike. I've been told that the GoMart is putting the same type of travel plaza at the other end of the turnpike. I would assume down towards Winter Place area. So they would have two plazas at each end of the turnpike.
Okay.
But unfortunately, we haven't seen the plans.
Right. Yeah.
We're cautiously. Yes, I've said this all day yesterday when I started getting all the social media messages, and cautiously optimistic of GoMart putting in a facility that's state of the art, but does not affect the residential areas that are in that part of Kanawha City, because Kanawha Estates is directly across McCorkle Avenue from the current Kmart building.
Yeah, we're talking to Chad Robinson, again, Charleston City Councilman, so I guess it's too early to ask for a timeline or anything like that because we don't really know anything at this point.
No, we don't know anything, and we know the same thing we know today as we did last week, but because of a social media post, everyone's all up in arms about this. Now, we have to remind everybody, this was a business-to-business purchase. I mean, the city of Charleston cannot do anything with that purchase unless they're going to sell or provide services outside the zoning ordinance.
Right, yeah. Or if they don't pay their taxes or something like that. I mean, it'd
be like me coming into your house and saying, hey, we don't want you to do this, this, and this, and try to regulate your private home. We can't do that.
Yeah, as long as you're doing everything, as you should. This is one of the questions that we get all the time about the town center. When I've got the mayor and others on here, people will say, well, the city should do that. And I know the city's in negotiations. They have one with the whole group. But, I mean, one of the biggest complaints, I guess, that I have from people was people would say, well, how did the city let it get? Well, the city didn't let it get that way. It's a private business. And as long as they are paying taxes and they're doing everything, that you can't tell a business what they can and can't do.
That's exactly right. I mean, we have to abide by the rule of law and allow transactions to take place unless they go outside the box. And this is a business-to-business purchase. I do know that they're in negotiations with certain restaurants to include in that plaza 2 or 3 different restaurants we don't have around the Kanawha Valley, hopefully. It also will attract travelers coming off the interstate to purchase gas, purchase things in the store, food, beverages. Yes, that's a good thing for Charleston, for Bino and visitors. But we do have to be, let's be careful how we put a business in a somewhat of a residential area that has other businesses in the same vicinity.
The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. When environmental questions come up in a building, Pinnacle provides clear answers. They specialize in asbestos, lead, mold, and indoor air quality with accredited lab testing based right here in the state of West Virginia. Learn more at pinnaclecorp.net, helping you understand your environment, because what you don't know can hurt you. Well, let's talk about the businesses that are in Kanawha City right now, the ones that are there and the residents. What's new in Kanawha City?
I'm glad you asked. We started the Charleston Urban Works July of 2025. And, now we're branding. Now we're starting to talk about events. We're starting. We've already had ribbon cuttings for 3 locations, and others coming. We're getting Wingstop's coming. It should be open soon. Chipotle building is going up, and there's another building in between Chipotle and Applebee's going in too. So hopefully that's going to attract new people to Kanawha City. But the new Urban Works that you and I have talked about with Rick Cavender.
Yeah, I had Rick on the show last Friday talking about it a little bit. Yeah.
It's going great. We meet every month to how we can attract businesses, how we can have events in Kanawha City to bring back those businesses, local businesses, corporate business, anything that we can bring back to Kanawha City that benefits our area. That's what we're trying to do, and that's what the mayor has allowed us to take some money and create a position with Charleston Urban Works to help in that endeavor.
You have been on Charleston City Council for how long now?
7 years.
Okay, 7 years, and you're running again for re-election, but you don't have opposition.
That's correct.
Doesn't mean that people have to vote for you, though. So I'm going to give you a little opportunity. Everybody could just stay home. You'd get one vote, and it could be you. Okay.
Well, hopefully my kids would vote for me.
Are they old enough to vote for you?
Yeah, they're old enough.
Okay.
They might not, but we'll see.
It depends on how good you are in the day. But talk about your time on City Council and why you continue to do this, because you got other things going on in your life, and I know sometimes some cities, including Charleston, have had difficulty getting people to want to run for office. Why did you run in the first place, and what is it that keeps you coming back?
I was the president of local softball and baseball little league for a long time, for over 10 years. I was Kanawha City youth basketball president for a long time, and the kids, all of our kids in Kanawha City, they need help. Our kids in South Park, our kids on the flats, we have to get them in a better situation than they were before. And I think over the last 7 years, we've done a lot for Charleston, not just Kanawha City, but for Charleston in general, to bring more businesses, to bring people back to purchase homes and live here. And that's what's important. I don't do it for the money. Somebody's told me the other day on Facebook, you get paid to come up with ideas. Well, our job is to help fill potholes, pick up your trash, things of that sort. And that's what I like to do. I like to help people in Kanawha City. I've lived there for over 40 years. And, it's hard finding people to run and that want to take on this job and get the text and the calls and the social media messages all the time. And, we just have to find good people that want to do the best for Charleston, not personal agendas. And we've got to work together. Everybody step one foot in front of the other to try to make Charleston better.
You mentioned, because we had a text here, it said Kmart was a business with a residential area across the street, so nothing's changed. Glad someone is making use of that property. According to Texter, you're somebody who's been in that area for a long time, and actually, my wife and I, we were watching one of the TV news channels last night when she saw the story come up there. She said, "Man, the amount of time that she spent at that Kmart location, a lot of people did, a lot of memories in that store."
Yeah, growing up, we'd go to Kmart all the time, and you know what? You have to look at the building. It's empty. There were individuals getting in, stealing copper, stealing equipment, stealing things out of it. It's an empty building for 10 years. Do we let it sit empty and just let the residents and myself decide what to put there? Or do we let a business come in and put new LED lighting in, put a new facility, put a new parking lot, new security? Those are the things we have to take into account when a business purchases another business.
Well, I know you'll keep us updated, and we do have good news as far as the traffic situation. It seems like that traffic project that was going on over there for like 30 years. Ever since you moved to Kanawha City, it was going on.
I think it started back in 1986.
Yeah.
But it went forever. But it looks like we might be done, I think.
Well, hopefully.
It's a good situation to come to an end.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff going on in Kanawha City. Chad, I appreciate you being here, my friend. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Chad Robinson, Charleston City Councilman out of Ward 20. We'll take a break. Coming up a little bit later on, Rob Reel's going to join us. You a chicken wing guy, Chad? You strike me as somebody who'd be a chicken wing guy.
Love my chicken wings. I can't wait till Wingstop comes to Kanawha City.
What's your favorite flavor?
I like plain with blue cheese.
Okay, well, I'm a blue cheese guy, too. Well, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Rob Reel from our sister station, Superstar Country 96.1 KWS, is going out on this tour looking for the best wings around. I think it's just a way for Rob to get fed for free, to be honest with you. I think that's probably what it is. So, but we'll get a little information from him coming up a little bit later on the show. And when we come back, we got a new voice here. You're going to be hearing on Metro News. You're going to introduce you to him when we come back. It's 9:22. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live with the voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
Well, we're finally on our way to warmer weather across West Virginia, and if you've got that springtime itch for a new truck, then you need to get over to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Hurricane. Now, let me tell you, there is no better time to trade in that old worn-out ride and trade up to that new Ram that you've been dreaming of. Right now, Walker has the best deals in the Kanawha Valley on new Ram trucks. Check this out. You can take up to $11,000 off MSRP on a new Ram at Walker and then finance at 2.9% APR for 72 months for qualified buyers. Y'all, we haven't seen rates like that in years. And no matter what, you know you're going to get the best deal possible at Walker because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals. So what are you waiting for? Take that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Welcome back to the show. It's 9:24, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Huston's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and a pepperoni calzone, all $21.99. Find your local Huston's for pickup, dine-in, or delivery at HustonsPizza.com. The producer, Dale Cooper, the boss today, texted, so basically it's going to be a wannabe Buc-ee's. Well, no, not necessarily. It's going to be a truck stop. That's the plan. GoMart is going to take that building. They're going to turn it into a big old truck stop. That's the plan. But again, we still don't know. We don't have a timeline. We don't know how big it's going to be, anything like that. But there was a lot of buzz going on social media yesterday, and so that's why I reached out to the city councilman for that area, Chad Robinson, so he could tell us what he does know about it. Details will come out. Guarantee Bank hotline 304-345-5858. Tony Vitaylor text 304-935-500. He's a new voice you're going to be hearing a lot of on WCHS and the Metro News Radio Network. Wanted to get to know him just a little better. His name is Jack Carlson, and he joins us now at the Jarrett Construction Studios. Good morning, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dave. It's a pleasure to be on with you.
Now give us your background. Where are you from? How did you get here? Who are you, boy?
So I'm a longtime mountaineer. My mom's side of the family has always lived in West Virginia, and I went to school out in Iowa at a small Division III school, Cornell College, which is actually older than the Ivy League school, Cornell University, that everybody knows, but couldn't take the Mountain State out of my blood, so I'm back here with you all, and can't thank Jeff Jenkins and Hoppy Kirchhoff enough for the opportunity to join this team.
And you're going to be doing news, sports. I mean, you're around here, you do a little bit of everything, you know. So shoveling snow on the sidewalk, you know, grilling out if we eat. You know, you're going to be doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and maybe pouring some Heinz ketchup on those burgers or hot dogs if you need.
You do know that around here we do a little bit of everything, right?
Exactly.
What was it about this business that appealed to you? Because you're a relatively young guy. What was it about this? Unfortunately, there's not a lot of younger people that want to go into this business anymore. So what was it about this business that appealed to you?
Well, for broadcasting and me, it's always been a love relationship with me. Back in the days of playing basketball in my backyard, I'd always be commentating the games in my head as I would play. And it's just like every kid. You go out in the driveway and put up hoops and envision yourself hitting the game-winning shot. I'd be commentating during that point. I got connected with Tony Caridi when I was 12 years old, made my debut on the radio at that point, and
at 12, you made your debut at
12 years old, and he actually gave me my nickname Jumpin' Jack at that point, and it's stuck ever since. So if you ever hear me referred to as Jumpin' Jack, I've helped out with Three Guys Before the Game, that podcast. That's me, Jumpin' Jack.
All right. What did he have you doing at 12?
I don't know. I was on there. He just would interview me about I guess he saw something in me, because at that point, so it's a funny story as to how I got on the radio. I was actually interested in going to the sports broadcasting seminar that was down on the waterfront in Morgantown, and they had Dave Pash there, Lenny Fratteri, and Tony Caridi as the three speakers. Well, turns out that event was for college students who were interested in sports broadcasting. But at that point, my mom and I had both identified that as something that I wanted to do. And so we tried to see about registering for that. Tony caught wind of it. Obviously, I couldn't go to the seminar because I was 12 years old. And he said, why don't you come on into our studio? I was at the old studio in Saberton. And then I just have stayed in contact with Tony and Brad and Hoppy ever since.
So basically, Tony put you to work violating every child labor law in the world. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think so. No, I don't think we need to incriminate Tony on anything. But yeah, I can't thank Tony and Brad and Hoppy enough, because I had the opportunity to help as a video producer at Metro News in Morgantown in the summer of 2023. Mm-hmm. And I learned from the best, Taylor Kennedy, who's now down here in Charlestown, and he helped me with the production element of it. And then when he had this opportunity to come down to Charleston, I actually took over for Taylor for a couple of months span as the producer, and got to work with Tony and Brad and Hoppy and Coach Hunter. And the way those guys operate is the way that I want to operate too. It's nothing less than perfection. That's the standard.
So here's what I've learned about people in radio. I know very, very few people that are in the radio business that just kind of fell into it. Most of us, my wife referred to it as the sickness. Most of it have the sickness from an early age, and it was the same with me. Dale Cooper's produced it. I'm sure it was the same with Dale. I mean, I was the same as you. I was, broadcasting Little League games to nobody, and just the voices in my head. And all of us wanted to do this from the time we were kids. And I've never had a person that maybe I have, like, I'll give you a quick story, then I'll get back to you. A couple of years ago, I ran into my kindergarten teacher. Okay. Hadn't seen her in forever. And she knew what I was doing because she followed me on social media, and she heard me. She actually lives in the Charleston area now. And she said, I always knew that you were going to get paid to run your mouth. And I was like, well, thanks, Miss Heatherman.
Thanks, I think,
right? Okay. But I mean, all of us that do this have 99.9% of the time, it's something we always wanted to do in some way or fashion. Not everybody on the air, some people behind the scenes, some people doing a little bit of both. I will give you some friendly advice, though. Hang out with the good people in this building, all right? Hang out with your Jeff Jenkinses and your Morgans and the less you hang out with people like me and Steve Animal and Rob Reel and Shockley, that's probably the best advice I'm going to give you for an impressionable young man.
Okay, I'll try and keep that in mind.
Keep with the good people. Not with people like me. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Single game tickets and season tickets are on sale now at the website. And get your tickets for the May 5th WVU Marshall game. Visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. Obviously, you're a big Mountaineer fan.
Huge Mountaineer fan.
I mean, you live it and breathe it, I guess, right?
Yeah. I've kind of had to separate myself from being a diehard fan, because the diehard fan in 2016, when Buddy Hield hit the shot for Oklahoma to beat the Mountaineers men's basketball team in Kansas City, I was howling on the ground. Couldn't believe that it had gone in. And of course, they disallowed the shot a little bit later, but younger Jack was not having that. So it was at that point that I had to take a little bit of a step back. But man, I love my Mountaineers, and yeah, hoping for some good things with this baseball team. Great weekend series against Arizona State.
Yeah.
They got it rolling, and yeah, hopefully they can keep
they played on national television the other night, and what's in the rankings? I think I just saw that and passed it.
They got up to 13.
13, I was going to say 13, 15, something like that in the rankings. That's pretty good, because, I mean, Mountaineer baseball has always been good, but you don't always, I mean, I'm being honest here, you don't always think of them every year on a national level being good.
I agree, because I would go to baseball games at WVU when I was growing up, when they first moved into the then Monongalia County ballpark. And there were some lean years there, especially in the Holly Field days, which Randy Mazie then moved into the Monongalia County ballpark. And then once they got that regional there, when Alec Manoah was pitching in 2019, he just got it rolling. And then it's Steve Sabins, man, he's picked up the baton and taken it to heights that I don't think many Mountaineer fans thought were possible.
And the Mountaineer women had a great season as well.
Absolutely. And just a tough way to lose to Kentucky. But, man, they left it all out there on the floor. And all those seniors, Mimi Wheeler, Jordan Harrison, Sydney Shaw, their impact on the program. And Mark Kellogg is a special coach. So the Mountaineers are very thankful that they have him.
All right. And there's good things going on because I got to get a little plug in for my alma mater, Marshall. There's some good things going on there. The women have advanced to the Final Four of the women's.
Did I see yesterday that they blanked Army in the fourth quarter?
Army didn't score at all in the fourth quarter. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later on.
That's what Mark Kellogg and his Mountaineers women have done with several teams, Houston and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So.
And Marshall was actually trailing at one point in that game, and they came back to blank them in the fourth quarter to advance. They go out to, I think it's Central Arkansas, I think.
Sunbelt matchup.
Yeah. So they play again tomorrow night. So good stuff there. All right. So something I started, Jack, when we get new people here, I play a little game.
Okay.
All right, it's called 10 questions. All right. 10 totally random questions so we can get to know you a little bit better. Please verify that you have not seen the questions ahead of time.
I have not seen the questions before this right now. I mean, I have no idea what's coming.
All right. And settle in. These questions were developed in a lab near Amandaville. And for our listeners, please do not try this at home. And as always, no wagering. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Favorite season, spring, summer, winter, or fall?
Summer.
What was the first name of your best friend from elementary school?
Isaiah.
Your go-to burger toppings.
I'm going to go cheese and bacon.
Okay. What's the one movie that you can quote almost verbatim?
Despicable Me.
Favorite teams, NFL.
Vikings.
Major League Baseball.
Pirates.
College. We already know that.
WVU.
We'll skip that one. Anybody besides WVU?
My alma mater, Cornell College in Mount Vernon, Iowa.
Okay. NBA guy?
NBA, not really, no.
Okay. NHL?
Gonna go, no, not really.
Okay. All right. Chocolate or vanilla?
Vanilla.
You're driving across the country, and you can only listen to one musical artist. Who is it?
Andy Grammer.
The name of a childhood pet?
I didn't have any pets growing up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Weirdo. Okay. Who would win a fist fight between Chris Lawrence and Jeff Jenkins?
Jeff Jenkins.
All right. Favorite color?
I'm going to go yellow.
You've completely completed the 10 questions segment.
Wow, that was very vigorous. I'm very glad that I was able to make it.
And you didn't
through.
have a pet growing up?
I did not, no.
Okay.
Never really was a pet guy. I will say if you're going dog versus cat, I'm going to go dog all day.
Okay, all right. Well, so you've moved into Charleston, right?
Yep.
So you can, are you allowed to have pets where you live?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's a lot of maintenance.
It is.
My plan is to do a lot of work. So.
Well, we'll get a cat. Because cats or goldfish are the things.
Well,
I
told you, dogs over cats.
Okay, all right. This is Rob Reel. He's going to join us on that. Have you met Rob yet?
I have not.
Wait, Rob?
Yeah, we
Nice
met
to meet
upstairs. I may have had a hat on.
Okay, yeah.
All right. See, I told him earlier, Rob. I said I gave him a list of people to avoid in the building.
That would be job one.
You, Animal, Shockley, me, probably
Yeah, all the fun people.
all the fun people.
Tracy.
Yeah. You want to avoid all
Yeah.
those people.
By the way, did you manage to hack into his account, ask your childhood pet,
Yeah.
first name of best friend?
That's actually what
third grade teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, you got
I
one of
didn't
those?
even realize
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I better change my password.
We have all your passwords now. All right. Jack, in all seriousness, welcome to the team. You're going to do great things here. We're glad to have you here, man.
Thanks for having me on. I'm excited to get to work.
Welcome to the island of misfit toys.
All right. Now, are you a chicken wing guy?
Not really.
How dare you?
No pets. No pets, no wings. I better get out.
All right.
What sort of communist are you?
It's all good. It's like, are you a picky eater? I'm getting this from you.
Yes.
Okay.
Just a little.
Well, we'll get you out of that quickly because we eat everything in radio.
Yeah.
So just so you'll know.
If it's free, you'll eat it.
If it's free, it's for me.
Sounds
Jack
great.
Carlson will be listening for you, newsman. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
24 minutes away from 10. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Rob Reel is in search of chicken wings. And we'll tell you the story when we come back on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses bring first-class businesses to your community.
Are you ready to build something that truly makes a difference? Jarrett Construction is hiring a construction superintendent for multifamily housing projects. Jarrett Construction offers a competitive salary and excellent benefits package. with a supportive and down-to-earth company culture. If you're a seasoned superintendent ready to lead from the front and take real pride in the communities you help build, then send your resume to Jarrett at jarrett-construction.com or call the office 304-344-9140 and ask for John Jarrett. Jarrett Construction. Let's build something great together.
You've worked hard. You've saved. Now it's time to make your money work for you without second-guessing every decision. I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I help people retire with confidence and clarity. We'll create a personalized plan that fits your lifestyle, your goals, and your legacy. Retirement should feel like freedom, not fear. Visit 4thAvenueFinancial.com. Let's get started today. 4th Avenue Financial, retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCorkle Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCorkle Advisors Incorporated.
The spring thaw in West Virginia can only mean one thing. It's Truck Month at Walker Chevrolet in Nitro. There is no better time to pick out a new truck than right now. And not only are you going to find the truck that you want, but you're going to find it at the price you want too. Gene and Ryan have packed a lot in Nitro with both new and pre-owned inventory to make sure that they have the perfect truck waiting on you. And you know that you're going to get the best deal possible at Walker because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals. And don't forget, if you've got a vehicle to sell, Walker is buying cars too. That's right, all makes and models are welcome at Walker, and they'll buy yours even if you plan to buy somewhere else. That new truck, though, that you've been dreaming about is waiting on you right now during Truck Month at Walker Chevrolet. In the shadow of the Interstate Bridge, just off the Nitro exit of I-64. Walker Chevrolet, making friends one deal at a time.
Cincinnati takes on Pittsburgh tonight in Game 2 of their 3-game series. First pitch at 6:40 on your home of the Reds, 580 WCHS.
Welcome back to the show. If you're worried about how to pay for college, mom, dad, grandparents, Metro News proudly presents the 19th Annual West Virginia Scholar Program. One high school junior in the state is going to get a full scholarship to West Virginia Wesleyan. Room, board, tuition, and fees all included. Full details, WVMetroNews.com. Click on the Apply Now button. Deadline is May 3rd. 2026 West Virginia Scholar Program presented by Greer Industries and the West Virginia Hospital Association. Go to WVMetroNews.com and apply today. The deadline is May 3rd. You heard him earlier. Look, he's stuck around. It's Rob Reel from Up Real Early, sister station, Superstar Country 96.1 KWS. Good afternoon, good morning, good hello. How are you?
Hello.
Merry Christmas.
Good evening, good morning, good evening, and good night, whatever it is. It all began on a small 5,000-watt radio station, Fresno, California.
Don't you think?
Not a lot of call to do the Ted Knight impersonation anymore.
Yeah.
Don't I think? No.
I just had a Caddyshack flashback there. Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yeah, there you go. I was thinking, here, have a Fresca.
Yeah. How about a Fresca? Are you my pal, Danny?
I could do the line. Oh.
Yes.
So,
you asked Jack.
Yeah. What?
Despicable Me. How young is he?
Yeah. I don't.
Bless his heart.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the Steve Carell animated. That's the Minions. The Minions come from Despicable Me. Bless his heart.
Right. Well, I mean,
he's so young.
He's a young guy.
He is.
You know? I mean, you weren't expecting him to come in here and say something from like the 1960s.
No, I was not expecting Citizen Kane, but I was also not expecting Despicable Me. In all seriousness, it is energizing to see somebody young, fresh out of college, who is excited about being here doing this radio thing.
Yeah. And he's not yet completely jaded like we are.
Well,
we'll get him there.
We'll work on that.
Yep. So, would you agree with what I said earlier, though, that very few of us fall into this business? I mean, I've met very few people that at 35 said, well, now they may have got into the sales aspect of it, or maybe even the engineering aspect of it, but very few on-air people that I've met later in life said, I didn't really want to be on the radio or television. It just kind of happened.
I would say it's a mixed bag, because I know a fair number of receptionists with personality who ended up on the radio.
Yeah.
A long time ago at a radio station far, far away, Columbia, Jeff City, Missouri. I was working at a group of stations, and we had a Jennifer Marlowe, if you will. Fellas of a certain age know exactly what I mean.
Yep.
And it turned out that she was a rabid NFL fan. And that quickly turned into, and very good at prognosticating. And so it soon turned into a bit of bringing her on the show as Aisha, the Immaculate Receptionist. I love it. I know a number of women whose career began at the front desk, and because they had a sense of humor and quick comebacks, ended up sitting where we are. Not a lot of dudes.
Really hadn't thought about that.
But yeah.
I'll give you an example of somebody who kind of fell into it later. Was my guest every Monday, former Mayor Danny Jones.
Fair.
Because, Danny had done a variety of things from gravedigger to restaurant cook, fellow Marine, and he kind of just ended up in radio. But that's, I think most of us had this sickness from like birth, practically.
Yeah, there's I call it lambs, look at me syndrome, or in our case, listen to me syndrome. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
All right. So what do you mean by winging it?
So last fall, Truck Norris and I went out looking for great burgers in West Virginia. It was a way to get out and see folks and maybe go to some new towns, certainly go to some new eateries and meet some new people. And we had so much fun. I'm like, well, okay, I want to do it again, but I don't want to do burgers again. Burgers are great, but we'll come up with something. We'll just wing it. And there it was. So we're looking for great chicken wings in West Virginia. And there are really only two rules when it comes to this. Rules. I've made this whole thing up myself. So rules, schmools. I don't want like two places next to one another. So I want to try to spread things around geographically. Yeah. And I don't want to go back to any of the burger places. Not because they weren't great. TaylorMade and Frostbite Dairy Bar and Creekers and Brooksie's were all fantastic. But I want to get some new blood out there. Yeah. Part of why we want to do this, I remember 6 years ago when the world shut down, and all of those chains, which they are great in their own right, they wouldn't be chains if they didn't have something going, but they were all in a position to absorb, to take the hit, really.
Right. Yeah.
So many mom and pops, so many family restaurants, so many local eateries and pubs died on the vine because they couldn't serve customers. And so ever since I have been big on what local places can we highlight? Let's find some local restaurateurs and shine the light on them, show them the power of radio, show folks the great grub that they've got at their place, and maybe drive some more folks into their doors.
That's the whole idea.
That's the whole point. To have fun, to have shenanigans, to get out and get out and cause trouble.
And eat some chicken wings.
Well, yeah. I mean, anybody who's seen me knows I like my way around food.
Do you have a favorite variety of wing?
It depends on if I'm in the mood for hot or not. The older I get, the less often I'm in the hot mood. So it happens to the best of us. So I'll go lemon garlic or barbecue on those days. But I don't like being hot for the sake of hot.
Right, yeah, 100%. I agree.
There's a former chain that used to have a sauce called 3 Mile Island, and when that wasn't hot enough for folks, they came up with 6 Mile Island. That's just Carolina ghost pepper raw for the sake of, that's not for me.
It's got to have flavor.
Yeah, if your hot brings a little zip, little zing, a little flavor to it, then we're down.
I agree.
But
I've told this story before the listeners, Rob. I went to one of these chains one time. Buddies might have been to a baseball game, and I went to we went to a wing place afterwards, and my guy that was with me may have had a cocktail or 12.
Maybe.
He wasn't driving, by the way.
There you go.
And he said, I want the hottest wings that you have. And we were like, I don't know if you want to do this. He goes, no. He said, I want and so they brought out this contract that you had to sign. And where I was the sober one, I had to sign as a witness. Okay. Generally speaking, Robert, my rule of thumb is food should not involve paperwork.
Correct.
There should not be a contract here.
But I need my lawyer, no.
I had to sign it as a sober witness, and he ate the wings, and I thought he was going to die, and I'm going to have to go, explain, to his loved ones. Well, we went to the ball game with 5 guys. We only came back with 4.
Well, yeah, and that's a situation where one could suffer not just once, not just twice, but perhaps thrice.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, that that's not what I'm after. Taste. I'm after atmosphere. They tried to put a wing joint on the moon. The food was great, but no atmosphere. The ambiance, the small town, the folks, the food. That's what we're looking for. And
so you don't want chains. Is that what you're saying there?
Chains are great. But that's not what we're looking for this time 100%.
Around. And they employ a lot of people, and I get that.
I'm not knocking the B-dubs of the world,
right? Yeah.
Because I'll go there but I'm thinking more, your mom and your pop, your family restaurant, your local pub, your cafe kind of a place. That's where I'm.
And there's plenty of them here in Charleston, and the surrounding. And how far out are you willing to go? Because some of those places on your burger tour weren't exactly like one town over.
I would say Creekers is in Hearts. It was an hour to get there, and worth it, by the way. So I'm willing to travel as long as the weather's behaving. Mm-hmm. So each Thursday morning is when we'll announce where we're headed the next Tuesday. We go on Tuesdays for lunchtime. And so if it's a 90-minute drive, I'm off the air officially at 10 o'clock. Hop in Truck Norris after my meeting, off we go, and I can be there by noon. It'll be all right.
All right. And how do you feel about boneless wings?
Okay, I know people take heat on boneless wings just being oversized nuggets. I get it, but they're neater. I can eat boneless wings with a knife and fork and not go home a sticky mess. So I'm okay with the boneless wings. Okay. I'm okay with them.
Because some people, wing aficionados, will say that they're just nuggets at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
If they're good, does it matter?
Right. Okay.
I don't have to go bone in.
Okay. So how do people reach out to you about this? Because you rely on ideas from people.
Yes. So yeah, I'm looking for all the suggestions on where to go flying down the country roads for wings. Go to the 96.1 KWS Facebook page. You will see a lovely cartoon of me behind a giant plate of chicken wings, which is how I hope this thing's going to look the whole time. And just looking for suggestions. If you've got a favorite place, tell me all about it. Tag them if you can, because that makes them even easier to find. Yeah. And we'll pick out the first one Thursday morning and head down there the following Tuesday, and then the Thursday after that, the next place, and so on and so forth the entire month of April.
We had a couple texts. Honestly, the best breaded wings are from Gino's in South Charleston.
Okay.
As for flavored, try Little Caesars, garlic parmesan, and dip your crazy bread in the sauce.
And I've done both of those. Again, Little Caesars, Gino's, B-dubs. The chains do great stuff. Very consistent, by the way. If you're somebody who travels as much as I do, having that kind of consistency is important. But I want to find that joint, that hole in the wall. I say those terms affectionately.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
The kind of place where I grew up, I grew up in a town where it says welcome to here on both sides of the same sign. A one horse town so small, the one horse is a Shetland pony. But we had a really good, it was Bob's Tavern when I was a kid. It's not that anymore. That had just extraordinary food, and it was the kind of place you wouldn't want the health department to come in and look too closely. But I think that's why the food tastes as good as it did.
Maybe,
so I'm just saying.
Text says Dave Crouton says that his hometown of St. Albans has the best chicken wings. Get the Thai chili dipped and grilled with ranch dressing at the cafe. You and I have had wings at the cafe.
I have wanged at the cafe. I don't know that I've tried all the flavors. I've tried a few. So
I think you and I destroyed just a giant plate of hot wings with animal.
Yes.
And Crouton, by the way, that's my celebrity dog that I got adopted. That turned out to be the best. With my Friday segment I do, the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week.
So he was over at the shelter during his salad days.
He had the name Crouton, and he demanded to be called that, from what I understand. And Crouton has become a social media celebrity now, the Chronicles of Crouton. So, I would agree with the cafe.
Is Crouton a little crusty? Is that?
I'm ignoring everything you're saying because I got to wrap this segment up. I will say another great place, because I'm going to give you a couple. I agree with the person that said that about Gino's. I know Gino's is a chain, but they're a West Virginia-based chain, so there's that. Their naked wings are very good, and to dip them into a sauce, they're very good.
Yes.
Another great place that don't sleep on, L&R Barbecue in Hurricane. You and I have eaten there at L&R Barbecue.
I think we got like the big platter, and there were a couple of wings on there. So I'm game for all of it.
All right. Auntie Pearl's Honey Pot in South Charleston.
I've not tried Andy Pearl's yet.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Okay.
Fireside, that's in Taze Valley, bone-in tropical habanero sauce.
Tropical habanero. That's an interesting combination.
FYI, I'll correct myself. The Geno's in South Charleston is independent and family owned. So I'll correct myself on that. A lot of the Geno's and Giovanni's are that way. That they're
and when I say chain, I don't necessarily mean corporate O&O. I do mean a franchised brand.
I got you.
Like
All right.
that.
All right. So people go to the 96.1 KWS Facebook page and give Rob your suggestions. And what days a week are you going to go out? And
we'll announce on Thursdays. We'll hit the road on Tuesdays. Right. So the following Tuesday.
All right. Coop, what's your favorite wing? Are you in a position to tell us here before we go to break? I'm sorry, I kind of caught him off guard there. He's working in there.
That's all right. I like dry wings, and I like to dip them in my own sauces.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
It's all right, Rob. We'll be listening up real early.
Yes, sir.
All right, 9:53 of the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Generations Ford of Hurricane. Great deals going on now with their selection of used vehicles. Shop and compare any used vehicle at generationsford.com. But if you need service, ask about their works package and their pickup and delivery service. Check them out today, just off the Hurricane exit of I-64. One destination for every generation. Generations Ford. See dealer for details. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
The Dave Allen Show is presented in part by Generations Ford in Hurricane, part of the Eric J. Tarr family of businesses.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Retirement isn't a finish line, it's a new beginning. But are you really ready? I'm John Burdett with 4th Avenue Financial, and I help people just like you turn confusion into confidence. Whether retirement is 5 years away or right around the corner, now is the time to make a smart plan. Let's make sure your retirement income lasts as long as you do. Call today or visit 4thavenuefinancial.com. 4th Avenue Financial. Retirement done right.
Securities offered through Jenny McCorkle Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through Jenny McCorkle Advisors Incorporated. Sears Monument Company, the art of remembering. West Virginia's oldest memorial company since 1911. Sears Monument produces and installs monuments in West Virginia, southeastern Ohio, and western Kentucky. Over 2,000 memorials in stock, including markers, upright memorials, memorial benches, and cremation memorials. Find out more online at SearsMonument.com or by calling 304-342-4158. Sears Monument is located at 124 Virginia Street East in downtown Charleston.
Welcome back to the show. 5 away from Tampa. Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan. If you're injured, hire Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. A non-related text to this, and it's okay. Text says an increase in gas and diesel costs, an increase in grocery costs, an increase in restaurant costs. Airlines already raising fees to offset rising fuel costs. So when is conservative media going to start treating this like you all did in 2022? Well, I appreciate the text. I don't know necessarily who you're referring to on conservative media, but I can tell you I obviously am very disappointed in prices because, well, you know, I work for a living and don't like to pay too much. And we have a president that ran on lowering prices, and it didn't happen. And my advice to the president would have been, it was a time, don't run on lowering prices because you're the president. Don't know that you can necessarily do that. So hope that answers the question. Programming note, I'll not be here tomorrow. I've got a medical procedure related to the big C that I'm battling. All good, though. Dale Cooper's going to be in for me on the show tomorrow. I should be okay, though, for midday, so I'll be back for that. Speaking of midday, We got that little show coming up at noon today, powered by Salango Law with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me. We've been telling you about this special program that's going to air tonight on Metro News Television about data centers. Now, it's on the campus of Shepherd University, presented by the Stubblefield Institute. And it's an interesting panel because there are those that are very pro-data center, those that are very anti, and those that are just not either. They're just kind of in the middle talking about the economics of the whole thing. So it's on Metro News Television, so make sure you download the app. Ashley Horst from the Stubblefield Institute will join us to talk about it today. We're going to talk with the superintendent of schools in Wayne County on the show today. Jeff Jenkins will stop by with the news. Dave Weekley, a great commentary this morning on the all-West Virginia baseball team. We're talking about players all from West Virginia. If you were fielding the team, who would you choose? Heard the commentary this morning, and it was pretty good stuff. Dave Weekley is going to join us to talk about that. Plus, this past weekend, there were around 250 teams at Shawnee for the President's Cup soccer event. Kanawha County Commission President Ben Salango is going to join us on the statewide show, not necessarily to talk about just that event, but also to talk about the business of travel sports around the state of West Virginia and in other places. Mr. Meadows is here. How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, that Shawnee development, man, that was a bad idea.
Oh, yeah,
wasn't
horrible. It's horrible.
Horrid idea.
250 teams. I figured, let's say maybe 5 people. I'm just random figure. I'm sure Salango's got all of the actual numbers, but let's say 5 people per player when you bring in Mama and the little baby sisters and so on and so forth. There was no hotel rooms anywhere in Charleston, anywhere in Huntington. There was nothing.
Somebody had a piece, and it's blanking me who, but $10.5 million, I think, is what they projected the economic impact to be just from the tournament this past weekend.
Yeah, one weekend, $10.5 million. For the and that's not just for that's not the Shawnee Sports Complex. That's for everywhere
the overall
around
benefit.
It. Because if a team plays at 10 o'clock on a Friday morning, they don't play again until 8 o'clock the next morning. What are they going to do? They're going to go to restaurants. They're going to go and it's good stuff.
Packed
anyway.
all the time when I drive by it.
All right, what you got on the show today?
So coming up at 10:06, we're going to dive into data centers with Jim Estep of the High Tech Foundation. He has a lot of knowledge about how these work and how they don't work. So think of a Mythbusters kind of thing. I wanted to get into the water issue. I want to get into noise pollution, light pollution, really trying to educate people about what is concrete and what is not, because there is a lot of disinformation about data centers.
What?
Yeah, there always is, right? There's a lot of disinformation about things. And he does a good job of being unbiased and talking about, maybe be concerned about this, but don't be so concerned about that. So we'll get into that. Going to talk about the FBI facility in Clarksburg. People have no idea how huge that is and how important a role that plays. That and much, much more.
I've actually been there. Not under investigation. I was there as a visitor before you say anything.
Whatever.
All right. I'll see you later today on Metro News Midday. Till then, have fun. I love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston, 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.